Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Coping with Life, episode 49. I am your host, Scott. Welcome. If you haven't noticed, it is Saturday. Yay! It's another Saturday. I'm so happy that it is Saturday, because it's another episode of Coping with Life. Hopefully you're doing well. If you are not doing well, I hope you get better. So it's been a long week, and that is okay. It's gonna be a ramble. But first of all, thank you for listening. Even if it's a Wednesday, it is a Saturday. But I'm actually pretty happy today. No reason why, actually. Sometimes the small things in life can, bring you happiness. Don't know why. But I got some sleep last night. I'm doing well. And just trying to keep my mental health the best that I can. And it's not always going to be easy for me. But that's okay. That is always okay. But I mean, it's going to be a ramble, but being poor and broke, that's okay. But there are aspirations that I have that I think that's what episode 49 is going to be. Seeing that if I had the ability to, where would I travel to? So I would love to go to Japan. I am a huge fan of Nihon. I'm a big fan of a lot of things in Japan. But I would also go to places like Manchester, England, Germany. I just want to travel, maybe go to Norway, Sweden. But I'm not really picky, actually. I would go anywhere. I think traveling just in general is something that I would really like to do. I have a passport. I have the ability to go places. I just don't have the money. That's okay. But it's just one of those things where if I had the finances to go, nothing would be, nothing would actually prohibit me to going to said places. But, places in England, there's places in Canada that I would enjoy going to. Try new things. But yeah, if I could, I would want to travel. And that's anywhere, if I had the opportunity to go somewhere, if somebody, emails me or messages me or say, hey, let's go here, or, would you be interested in doing this? I don't think I would say no. I, logistically, I would at least attempt it. I would try it, for traveling, for the experience, I just being me and the intellectual mindset that I have. For being somebody who, is, I'm not book smart, but street smart. I have the bearings, but yeah, it would be nice to be able to travel more and fulfill a few dreams and aspirations that I have. But I'm going to talk a lot about other, travels, but I'm going to throw it to you. Where would you like to travel? What are things that you would enjoy doing if, money wasn't an issue? Or things that you would like to try to do before you're not able to do anymore. So a couple things for me that I would love to do in my life is I would love to do a cruise. And I've done a few cruise trips like in Seattle, but I mean an actual cruise liner, I think that would be something that I would enjoy doing. I may hate it, I might enjoy it, but you won't know unless, you do it. So I've been to Canada, I've been to Mexico, but it's been, a long time since I've been back. But I just like doing things, and I want to have experiences, I want to enjoy life. I want to be able to, do amazing things, meet people, talk to them. I mean, not understand, like native languages and stuff, depending what language it is. But I just want to be able to enjoy life. And I'm honest. I have a good brain on me, I think. But just it's something that I would like to do in my life. I know it's not plausible, but it's something that I would like to do. And there's many places that I would like to go to. I would like to go to Scotland, Ireland, Norway, a lot of European places, and unless it's like solid, if it's something that requires long-term planning, that requires many visas and a lot of paperwork, and get your ducks in a row. If possible, I would do that in a heartbeat. Because a lot of countries require a lot of planning and information, and And I would be up for it. But, you know, it's just one of the things where, you know, if you lack, you know, money, you're not able to do a lot of things. And most countries wouldn't even allow you in. Unless you know, the person paying the bill, it's like, yeah, well, we got them covered. You know, I watch a lot of British shows and travel shows, and I'm like, I would love to go to some of these places. I like food. I'm a very large person. I do like food. But, you know, just dreaming about traveling places, like, you know, for me, I would love to, like, take a cruise, and just explore and, you know, just have life experiences. But, you know, that's me. But there's other places that I would like to go to for other reasons, you know, places like Spain, there's a few others that have escaped my brain, but some of the reasons behind them are like, you know, places that I've seen on travel shows, or, you know, things of just, you know, I like to read about places. Like, one of the places that I just read about is Wales, Cardiff, Wales. It's like, I would like to go there. I know in September they're having a WWE event. And I'm like, if I had the money, I would go in a heartbeat. But, you know, I have very little to my name. I don't shy about that. I said that in one of the first couple of episodes, and 49 weeks later, things don't change. But, you know, that's my life. That's how my life has always been. But I make it. But I can dream. I can, you know, if possible, I would, you know, love to have many experiences and, you know, get out of my comfort zone, be, you know, kind of out of the realm of just, you know, be out of, you know, just playing video games and be able to be out in the world and, you know, just experience things that, you know, you may not be accustomed to. There's, you know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, eating sushi or, but if you're not accustomed to eating actual sushi, I wouldn't say no. You know, I would at least try it. A few things that I'm happy about is I don't have many allergies, so I can try about anything and I'll be good. But I do enjoy food, and just experience many things. But I don't know if I've mentioned on my podcast. I've talked to other people, but if somebody comes up to me and has said, "Hey, would you like to go see a baseball game or a concert of a genre that I'm not big on?" Majority of the time, I'm going to say yes. I especially if it's spending time with people or making new friends, or absolutely. I think some of those are amazing. I remember when I was in Dallas, Texas, the Toronto Blue Jays made the playoffs and they were facing the Texas Rangers. Me being a huge Toronto Blue Jays fan, I got a text message from somebody that I met once who took me home from an event, and they're like, "Hey, we have an extra ticket for the Toronto Blue Jays playoff game. Would you like to go?" And I'm like, "I can't afford it." It's like, "No, we're inviting you. You don't have to pay." And I'm like, "Absolutely." That was an amazing thing. I got to see Major League Baseball. I got to see my favorite team. And I really enjoyed it. Maybe you may not enjoy things that much. Like I remember going to my first NFL playoff game. It was the Dallas Cowboys versus the Detroit Lions. And that was an amazing evening that I just got to experience and met a lot of good people. Listening to people who traveled from Detroit or across the world to experience this game, and those things fascinate me. Like, when I've been to like WrestleMania or other events, I do like to converse, and sometimes they may say bugger off, or but sometimes, given the chance, I hear a lot of amazing stories. And I would love to travel. I would love to experience things, like in October, when I went to the soccer match in Portland, Oregon. That was amazing. I actually really had fun, and I would love to go to see more football. And it's not the best sport in my mind, but it's something that I really enjoyed watching live. Things like Manchester United, I'm a huge fan. I mean, it's my team, even though I don't really watch a lot of football. But I like Manchester United. And even if it's just, something small, it's, if you have the ability to do things that you want to, and if I could, I would be able to do a lot of things and just go with the flow and sightsee, do what I can. But at the same time, there's, knowing, things are limited. But just, it doesn't hurt to dream and know, you know what, I want to do this. Even if it's, like a tourist trap, if it's something that you're interested in, go for it. And if it's something that you actually have to plan for and do your research on, there's nothing wrong with that. And, a few things that kind of hindered me and things that I'm very limited to in my daily life is I don't drive. I don't have a vehicle. I don't drive. So, there's a lot of things that I can't, if I want to go to the beach, or if I want to go somewhere that's not downtown, that's my ability to is actually very, very hard. I'm not able to. So, kind of relying on that. But if I could, I would. If I had the opportunity to, absolutely. I would love to travel. I would love to see the world and try new things. And there's nothing wrong with dreaming, and it's like, I would love to just experience life. And I don't think when it comes to traveling and doing many ideas, I don't think there's many things that I wouldn't do. Because, it's something small for me, but I just let life figure things out. There was a comic convention that I was invited to go to, and I went, this was several years ago, and they're like, hey, we'll comp your ticket. Well, you just have to get to the building. And it was some of the most fun I've had. And, and they enjoyed my time. I got to spend time with many people. And, I've said before where, I try and think of many things to do with people. And most of them is, yeah, we're not going to do it with you. And, yeah, it kind of hurts. But I'm, I can be a great listener, somebody to talk to. I do play a lot of video games, and I like to learn things. I like to do a lot of research. But, sometimes I like to try new things and, just experience things. But, that's me. I actually do like flying. I like traveling. Sometimes traveling doesn't like me, but I like traveling. And there's not much that I will say no to. But I'm just proud that I can be in a good mood, that I can, get out of my comfort zone and actually tell people, yeah, I would like to do this eventually, as I drop my mouse. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I dropped my mouse. Computer mouse. I do apologize. But yeah, it's sometimes hard for me to communicate, and I've dealt with some traumas, and I have a few things that I have a problem with, but every time that I really ever tell people, my dreams or stuff that I would like to do in life, I get a lot of people who, talk down to me and say, oh no, you don't deserve this. I've said that a few times in my podcast, but if you're new, so when you get a lot of that negative attitude where people go, well, you don't deserve that kind of stuff, or, you don't deserve good stuff coming to you. It weighs heavy on one's soul. It weighs heavy a lot. And being one of my favorite days of the week is Saturday, knowing the battle that I go through every single day, every single week, every single hour, what I go, through daily to yearly, I will sit back and I will watch things and, find ways to, oh, well, if I had this ability to, I would like to do this. I would like to be able to accomplish things. And I do a lot of research, and, there's, I'm going to just name a few things, if I had the ability to, I go anywhere. If I could, I would. Even if it's domestically, like, Chicago or Las Vegas. Even if it's like, thing that I would like to do in my life is I would like to go see a Formula 1 race, or other forms of racing. Music. I like about anything, and even if it's something different, I'm definitely open for, because there's a lot of places that do things differently, and I'm always interested in how sometimes it may be good or not. But I do look up things, research in when things are like, oh hey, this event is happening. I just load up and see, oh, how much I would need for this to happen, and then it goes, oh, okay, I can't afford that, even though I knew I couldn't afford that before I looked it up. But I like to dream. Sometimes that kind of dreaming makes me happy and smile, even if I can never actually afford it. But maybe one day in my life I'll be able to explore the world, meet people. But thank you for listening to my little travel ramble. And I think you should have a wonderful day. And I'm going to have a wonderful day. I'm going to do research and dream and see all the places that I can afford, but I do like doing research, and I'm from the highs and lows of my life. I like to be able to dream, like, even if it's something small, like to see a new band, meeting new people, do what I can to make people smile and have a good time, and just, learn. I like learning, and I like expressing, and, this week has not been the best, but for me, I've been able to do what I do best and help people by just being silly, just to be there for people and try and make their time better, what they're going through, because there is a person that reached out to me that they weren't doing pretty well, and I talked to them. I treated them like a human being, and that's what they needed, and I'm glad that I was able to do that for them. But I'm going to wrap up the podcast for this week. Next week it's going to be episode 50. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, because it's not that Saturday yet. Because I have highs and I have lows. But if I could, I would love to travel. And I wish, help would help me to be able to do a few small things. But, at least I'm throwing it out there in the world. So, thank you so much for listening to episode 49 of Coping with Life. I'm your host, Scott. Now, if you're not doing pretty well, big hugs to you. And I hope things improve. And if you know somebody who is going through a tough time, if you can help them out. Even if it's just listening or just trying your best. And that's all that I can ask for. Because, humanity needs more happy things in life. And spread all of this stuff, and hopefully you can pay it forward and make other people's dreams come true. And that means a lot to me. And you matter in my world, no matter if whatever you've done in your world, in your life, you matter. You're human. And I here for all the humanity. And thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing souls. And let everybody grow. And I hope everybody in your life gets what they're after. So, with that said, I appreciate you so much. And maybe you can achieve some of the dreams that you want in life. And until next week, know that I love you all. And I care about you. And I hope dearly good things happen to you. So until next week, it's been Coping with Life. I'm Scott. I bid you adieu.